Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Animaking 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 7 of What If Naruto Was Created from Natural Energy. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, stay in tune for the result is coming your way over Anime King and Anime King 3. If you're new, yes that is correct, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King 2, Anime King 3. And I also post what ifs every single day. Yes, you have not misheard it guys. Every single day I post a new what if for you guys to enjoy. Links will be down in the description for the other 2 channels. So go ahead and check them out guys. And if you like what you see, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Animaking family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new, I'll be planning talking back to all of you. So yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Start the intro. So, the last spot that we left off, as Shikaku was pulled into the mindscape, as Kurama spoke to him and told him about Naruto. Shikaku was a bit afraid of Kurama, so he did as he was told, even though he didn't like him that much. In doing so, he passed his chakra on to Naruto. As Kurama told Naruto that he will have to collect the chakra from the other tail beasts, willingly or by force. We then had a time skip as Naruto and Shizune made their way towards Kumo, as they were going to speak to the Raikage about the treaty because of the tail beast being kidnapping. So with that, they made their way. When they camped for the night, Naruto was attacked by the masked man. As Naruto's attack went right through him when he tried to retaliate, the masked man merely shrugged it off like it was nothing as he told Naruto that he knew what he was doing. He also warned him to stay out of his plans or else he was gonna regret it. After which he sucked himself away in a swirling vortex. As the time passed, as Naruto and Shizune finally arrived to Kumo, as they were given lodgings. Upon waiting there, the Raikage finally summoned for them. Upon arriving at the place, Naruto sat down and spoke with the man. As the man didn't feel like the Akatsuki was that much of a threat, he was confident enough in his Jinchurikis. But at that very moment, though, Yujito was being attacked by Kakazu and Deidara. So with that going on at the moment, Naruto could sense that as he told the Raikage was adamant on Naruto telling him where it was happening right now. But Naruto told him the longer he stayed here, the more chance of her getting taken there was. As the man was forced to sign the paper in retaliation. So with that, him and Naruto and the others moved. As they arrived at the scene, as Yujito was saved by a chain, as Naruto took some of her chakra as well, as Kurama placed it firmly inside of Naruto, taking some of the Bijou chakra. So with that out of the way, Shizune started to heal her, as the Raikage moved towards Deidara. And Killer Bee arrived in the scene as he started to take on Kakazu. Killer Bee struck him down, but no matter what he did, the man just keep on getting back up. He just wouldn't die. As Naruto used the opportunity to save Killer Bee by taking some of his chakra with his chain, before he slammed the Rasengan through Kakazu's chest, obliterating his final heart. And with that, the man finally fell. After which, Raikage thanked them for their help, so they know how to treaty with Kumo to get rid of the Akatsuki and also share information. Once they got back after some time, they told him to rest, but then the village, hidden in the mist, was asking for their assistance to seal the 3 tails away until they had a proper person to seal it inside of. So with that, Naruto, Genma, Sakura, Kakashi, Neji, Choji, they made their way out there. Upon arriving on the scene, as Naruto and Kakashi had spoke before that, as Kakashi had just recently found out that Naruto was who he was, well, the son of his sensei. As Naruto and him has never really known each other, so it was a bit awkward, but they still talk. As they spoke about the illusion of the past, but Naruto didn't really care much about that. So with that, they decided to turn their sights towards a massive 3-tailed turtle that started to emerge from the water, as the thing emerged, shifting the water in its favor. But at the very same moment, Deidara and Obito was making their way on the scene, Obito acting like his idiot persona, that being Toby. Upon arriving at the scene, they saw the Konoha ninjas down below, but Naruto wastes no time as he rushed towards the Three Tails, using his chain to make contact with it, as Kurama pulled it in the mindscape. Upon doing so, Kurama spoke to Aisabu, as Aisabu was reluctant to give Naruto his chakra, saying that he would wait on the one that father said they should wait on, but Kurama did not care as he told him he would rather give it to him willingly, or they will take it by force. So yeah guys, so basically that's what I thought. If you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. Remember to go ahead and check out other channels guys, Anime King 3, which I post every single day for you guys to enjoy. And also guys, click that red subscribe button and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But for now, what do you say we begin this new episode, which I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, start it up guys. Calm down. That sliver of chakra has no value to me. I would regenerate it in a matter of seconds. But I want to see the one that you're talking about first, Aisabu said, after Kurama lashed out at him. As Kurama tried to calm down, as Naruto came forward from behind Kurama's paw. Hello, I am Naruto Uzumaki, he said, as he bowed his head. I am Aisabu, the three-tailed turtle, Aisabu said, as he lowered his head to Naruto's eye level. Tell me, what is your goal, human? As things are, survival. Survival? Why is that? Is your life in any danger? Aisabu questioned. Indeed it is, as Kurama said. The one that wielded the Rinnegan has been seen, and he's actively trying to seal the tail beast into the Gedo statue. If he comes for Kurama and I'm not strong enough, I will certainly die in the extraction. I see, said Aisabu. Fine then. I will entrust him with my chakra if you insist on him being our savior, said Aisabu, glancing towards Kurama. I never said that he's our savior. In fact, the only reason why we're working together is because our goals of survival are aligned. But he's the only one I can entrust with these powers. Very well then, as Aisabu lowered his paw. Before we go forward with this, I want you to know that we're going to confine you to this lake, so the Akatsuki cannot capture you, said Naruto. Akatsuki? Aisabu said. The organization that is run by the man with the Rinnegan, said Naruto. I see. Then that is acceptable. Meanwhile outside, Art! It's an explosion, said Deidara. We are being attacked, take cover, said Kakashi, as the team moved towards the trees. In the ongoing chaos, Naruto's eyes opened as he met the gaze of the masked man, the man who could turn himself intangible. But Naruto was not the only one that met his eyes. Neji, the scout of the team, did as well. While Naruto was able to neglect the genjutsu cast on him, Neji was not able to do so. So with a deadly glance like that, Neji fell down in a heap, as Toby then fully concentrated on Naruto, as if he was inviting him into a fight. Naruto had no issues in obliging him. I will go after the other one. You will need some backup, said Kakashi. No, securing the tail beast is more important right now, said Naruto, as he rushed after Toby, as Toby was baiting Naruto to come inside the deep forest, taking Naruto away from the fight. Over to the other side, human tank bullet, said Choji. He turned himself into a boulder and launched himself in the air, using the earth wall that Kakashi had created. Water style, water bullet, said Sakura, releasing water bullets in the sky, as Deidara dodged every single thing that was sent towards him as he sailed on his bird, as he started to drop more spiders and birds down towards them. Lightning release. Lightning stream, said Kakashi, as he added his juices to Sakura's, making it even deadlier. The electrified water, caught off guard by the increase in water bullets. Deidara bird was hit viciously, but Deidara created another one instantaneously as he landed on it. Unable to see any way of getting Deidara down, Kakashi released his Sharingan. Genma, I need cover, he said. Got you, said Genma, as he slashed off any clay structure that approached them, as Kakashi's eyes were closed for a few seconds until he snapped them open, revealing the Mangekyo Sharingan. I'm ready now, he said. Kamui! Just as he said that, the arm that Deidara was using to launch things down, a vortex started to form. What the hell is this, he said, confused. Go! Kakashi shouted, as Genma launched into the air. The vortex started to tear as it sucked Deidara's arm away. He cried in pain. Genma used the distraction to make his way up the air, as he fired a fireball jutsu towards him. Deidara jumped off the bird, as Genma landed right on it. Deidara smirked as he held up his hand. Cuts! As the bird exploded. Back on the ground, Kakashi-sensei, are you alright? Said Sakura, as Kakashi was panting. Just a bit exhausted, he said. I will do what I can, she said. Choji, please carry him in the woods. As Choji picked up Kakashi, as she moved towards Neji to get him to safety. I suppose you're the last one left now, said Deidara as he turned towards the Three Tails. Meanwhile, you came to intervene in my task once again, said Toby, as Naruto and Toby had gotten into a very isolated part, surrounding the forest and the lake. You just laid down your conditions. Did I told you I was going to follow them, said Naruto. Were you born this mischievous, or did the lack of a parental figure cause this, asked Toby. For someone who is too insecure to show his face, you speak with a lot of confidence, said Naruto. Toby, Deidara has done his work. A voice came from the trees. The half black and white creature emerged. That is pleasing to hear. I will take my leave then. Remember this, Uzumaki. The only reason why you're alive is because you're last on the list. Rest assured though, your time will soon come as well. Run away like a coward again, said Naruto, as he stood there, unimpressed by the man. As Toby sucked himself away in a swirling vortex. As Naruto made his way back. What happened, he said. That blonde guy managed to hurt Genma, and Kakashi-sensei exhausted himself. He managed to drag the three-tailed beast away as well, said Sakura. That is a victory in the Akatsuki favor, Naruto mumbled to himself. Genma is seriously hurt, I cannot heal him. I only know the basic of medical ninjutsu, said Sakura. Where is he? Naruto asked. His hands start to glow green. Time skip. The mission was a failure, Hokage-sama. The three-tailed beast was taken away by the Akatsuki and Genma. Is hurt severely, said Kakashi. Which team did you engage? Asked Natty. Naruto engaged a guy known as Toby and the rest of us faced off against the Mad Bomber Deidara from the Hidden Stone. Snatty sighed in a swift move the Akatsuki managed to capture 4 of the 9 beasts. 4? Said Naruto confused. Itachi and Kisame invaded the Hidden Sand to capture the one tail. Recently, the 3 tails. And the 2 and 8 tails are missing from Kumo. The Raikage is calling for a Kage summit. That is concerning, said Kakashi. We do not even know about the Jinchuriki from the Hidden Stone and Taki. And the Jinchuriki of the 6 tails has gone rogue, so we don't even know about him as well. Naruto was not focusing on the Bijus chakra that he already received, but the ones that he has not. That was concerning. Has the Kage summit been agreed upon by all the Kages? Naruto questioned. Yes, and the 2 of you will be my guards for the summit, she said. When will we be leaving? Asked Kakashi. By today afternoon. The pair of you can go and prepare yourself now, she said. I cannot have a break, can I? Said Naruto with a groan. You can have all the break you want once the Akatsuki is dealt with, she said, as Naruto left the office. While that was going on, as footsteps could be heard, as it was a massive tube with liquid inside. Said liquid had eyes as it vanished quickly, as someone stopped right in front of said tube. The tube was sliced open as the water poured out. As a body started to form. Sugetsu. Yes, the voice said from the water pile. I have killed Orochimaru for you. Now, you can either come with me, or be on your way. Well, I would sound rather ungrateful if I refused your offer, didn't I? Hey, why do you need me anyways? Asked Sugetsu. I am going to kill my brother, but he always worked in pairs of 2. I want my team to hold off the other member while I kill him. Well, I want to collect the 7 swords of the mist. I will be moving around a lot, so maybe I'll join you for a while. Very well, said Sasuke. Whoa there, said Sugetsu as he flashed behind Sasuke, using the water to move rather quickly as he placed his finger against Sasuke's temple. You are not the boss here, and I'm not going to take any orders from you, he said. Sasuke did not move, as there was something about him making Sugetsu stepping back. Yeah, it seems like you were not bluffing about killing Orochimaru. As Sugetsu shrugged, suppose I'll follow your lead until I can get my hands on the 7 blades. Time skip. Since all the 5 Kages arrived, I, Mifune of the Iron, would like to welcome all of them formally. Hokage-dano, Kazekage-dano, Mizukage-dano, Tishikage-dano, Raikage-dano. I would like to welcome you all to the Land of Iron. It's a pleasure, said Snatty. Get on with it, said the Raikage. Ah, a wonderful welcome, the Mizukage said. We are honored, said Kage. We appreciate your welcome, said the Kazekage. Well then we should talk with the topic of the summon. Since the Raikage has called this summon, we would request that he announce the content of his concern. Something must be done about the Akatsuki, said the Raikage. Both my village and Jinchuriki has been kidnapped in a single day. That sounds like an internal affair to me, said Kage with a scoff. We are willing to provide any resources, according to our treaty, said Tsunade. Can we know how much Jinchuriki has been captured already? Asked Mizukage. Shikaku was taken away by the Akatsuki yesterday, said the Kazekage. The 3 tails was taken by the Akatsuki. We're still looking for the 6 tails, the Mizukage said. The 9 tails is safe and sound, said Tsunade. We are locating Han and Roshi, our Jinchuriki, said Kage. Taki has sent a report saying that 7 tails Jinchuriki is safe, said Mifune. Both our Jinchurikis are missing, said the Raikage. The losses look severe as of now, said the Mizukage. As I said before, the Jinchurikis are your village's concern. The Kage meeting should not have been called for a personal matter, the Kage said with a scoff. Are you perhaps trying to defend the Akatsuki? You had personal dealings with them in the past, haven't you? Said Tamari. We had strictly professional relationship with the organization. If anything, the most suspicious party here, it's the Hidden Leaf. Their Jinchuriki is the only one that is safe, and it is quite clear that the strength of the leaf is wavering, said Kage, as he sent his words towards Tsunade. Tsunade was not going to take that lying down. Our shinobis are the ones who have killed most of the Akatsuki members, and you should not speak about village strength when one of our shinobi was able to decimate your whole army, she said. That blasted fort of yours was a monster, and with his death your village has grown weak. It looked like you're the one capturing the tail beasts for your own benefit, said Unki. We are the only ones that have done something against the Akatsuki, while you are the only ones that have worked with them. So mind your tongue and position while talking about my village, said Tsunade. Mifune cleared his throat. Let us try not to divert from the subject of concern. Before anything could be said, there was a vortex. As someone stepped out of it, all the guards flashed down in a second. As the masked man stood there, You're still alive, little Oniki, he said. And who might you be? Asked Oniki as he glanced towards the man, as he was still in his chair relaxing. It is saddening to think that you have forgotten me. I do not believe myself is a relic of the past yet. Indulge me, would you? Who are you? Oniki said. Madara Uchiha. As that caused various reactions in the room, surprising the people. It is great to see that my name still brings fear. Regardlessly, we meet again, Naruto Uzumaki. Yes. Have you come to fight me now? Said Naruto. Me? No. I am just an observer. Your fight will be with someone else. The masked man stepped away as someone arrived in a blur. Almighty. Push! A chain wrapped around Tsunade and Kakashi waist as he implanted one in the ground as a force started to blow everything away. Well then, Naruto Uzumaki, the next time we meet, you will be chained and your Bijou would be extracted from you. Until then, the masked man said, as he disappeared. Before anyone could follow him, more individuals arrived, and they all had a Rinnegan eye. Summoning Jutsu, as one of them slammed their hand down, as dogs popped up. Lightning release. Lightning cable, said Kakashi. Him and his clones split the dog in two, but to his shot they reformed, particle style. Atomic dismantling jutsu. The dog was erased as Kage removed it. Kakashi shot forward towards the summoning path, but he had to move back as missiles decimate the area. As he flipped and landed on his feet. Where's my brother? Showed to the Raikage as he rushed towards one of the paths. But before he could attack the said path, another one slammed into him, but the Raikage would not be pushed back like that. But he realized his lightning cloak was being absorbed. He quickly pushed and he flipped backwards, away from the bulkier path. Summoning Jutsu. A gigantic rhino was summoned. The Raikage summoned his cloak once again as he rushed head off into battle. Lava release. Lava stream, said Mizukage. As she bathed the rhino in lava, it dispelled after slamming into several samurais. My, these summons are quite dangerous. Kojo dear, Would you mind swinging your sword a bit, said me. Why yes man, he said as he jumped into the fray. Wind style. Wind gust, said Temari, as her wind style was able to tear apart the earth as it went straight towards the absorption path. But like before, he simply absorbed it. Back over with C. Tell me, where's the 8-tailed Jinjulki, the human path said. You were the one that took him, said C. Tell me now or you will die, the human path said. You were the one that took him, said C, as he couldn't get out of the man's grasp. Fine then, as the human path ripped his soul from his head. Darui came from behind to take the man to pieces, but to his surprise the path flicked over his attack. How was that possible? He didn't even see him. The human path landed on first and had to slam her fist in the ground, destroying it as the human path staggered back as Darui launched himself forward. It was trying to move but Snade punched the ground once again as rubbles shot up towards the path, disbalancing it as Darui sliced it right in half. Meanwhile, as Naruto stood in front of the Tendo path and the revival path, as he could feel chakra coursing through the path's body, as he started to enter siege mode. Uzumaki Naruto, surrender yourself and you will not suffer any pain. Sorry, said Naruto as purple chakra started to surround him. I was thinking more of the lines of ripping you apart. There is nothing that you can do in front of the power of a god, the Deva Path said. You think of yourself as a god, said Naruto, raising an eyebrow. I wield the eyes of Samsara, the eyes of the Sage of Six Path. What lesser being can I be? Well, I suppose I will become a god slayer then, said Naruto. Your goals are really ambitious, but the reality is, you will be captured today. The Deva Path raised his hand. Universal pull, he said, as Naruto felt himself getting picked up and yanked. 4 chains came from his back and implanted in the ground, stopping him from being grabbed. As Naruto thrust his hand out, Sage Art, Gale Palm, Almighty Push. As the attack cancelled his attack out, as Naruto charged a small, Rasen Shuriken on the tip of his chain, he launched it, as the Deva Path seemed to not be moving, only for the absorption path to land right in front of them, and absorb the technique. Just as the absorption was done, he disappeared in a flicker. Naruto realized he would have to get more up and personal, as his chakra started to release in a large quantity, purple cloak surrounding his body. Before he moved, the both of them clashed fists together. Despite using his gravity jutsu, he was no slouch in taijutsu. As their fists clashed, they hit each other in rapid succession. As Naruto leaped only to be repelled by the almighty push once again, he summoned 2 shadow clones as he landed. The both of them scatter, as each of them form a Rasen Shuriken and launch it towards their target. Their foe leaped out of the way, but Naruto and his clones summoned chains as they caught their own attacks that were launched towards them, as they tossed it back towards him. As the magic clipped him, he got hit in the stomach as the attack shredded right through him, splitting him in half. Well, that's one down, said Naruto. As he looked around, he felt an odd sensation. He then saw a strange thing emerge from the ground, beside the revival path. To his astonishment, he watched the path that he just destroyed emerge unscathed. I told you before, did I not? There's no competing with a god. As Naruto narrowed his eyes at the path, the body was still bleeding. Not to mention, he looked like he was about to fall over at any time now. You don't look so good, said Naruto. Do not believe what you always see. He flew straight up in the sky as the revival path moved. Back with the Kages. Atomic dismantling jutsu. As the Azure path was trapped and it was disintegrated. Before they could celebrate, a large black ball was thrust up in the sky. Planetary devastation, said Tendo. Seeing the thing growing inside the Raikage believed that he would just punch it to pieces as he launched himself, but the gravity started to yank him. As Tsunade looked around before she saw Naruto, she shouted. Being right at the core, Naruto was being pulled towards the artificial moon. He was in his sage mode for a long time, his body was wavering, and he had no time to restore his energy. And his chains dug into the ground, but the ground started to be ripped apart, pulling them along with it. As Naruto cursed as he closed his eyes to have a conversation with Kurama before things went south. Get something to hold on to, the Tishikage yelled. The casualties of the battle was high, as bodies of samurais were being pulled up in the air, even though the paths were destroyed. After all, they were fighting the 5 Kages. But still, see, the second right-hand man of the Raikage was dead. Ayo was missing an arm, and the stupid 4th Raikage had jumped right into the miniature moon, not even knowing what it entails. That was far too powerful for him to simply blow up. Meanwhile, oi, Kurama, said Naruto. I hope I have proven myself enough, because if I haven't, we're both gonna die, said Naruto. But he heard nothing. Kurama, this is not the time to ignore me, he said. In this rougher shape, your body will not be able to handle my chakra. Are you afraid, said Naruto. I am not, but charging your body up right now with my chakra will be a suicide move anyways. One need practice to even stay conscious in the full might of my chakra, said Kurama. I will pull through, said Naruto. Apart from that, I would rather not die. Very well, said Kurama. Back outside, Tsunade was questioning to herself if Naruto was gone, as she could no longer see him. A chirping sound could be heard as Kakashi was charging up his lightning blade, as his Sharingan was in the Mangekyo form. I will get him, he said. But before he could move towards the moon, there was a golden glow. This power, said Naruto, it's amazing. I can sense everything that is going on around here. Don't get carried away. You have only 5 minutes until this form runs out. As Naruto was gold, with an high color cloak, and 9 Megatama markings running down his back. I see, said Naruto, as he moved. As he now stood in front of Deva Path. The Path was impressed by the speed as he pulled a black rod. As Naruto tilted his head, he could sense no emotion coming from the man. His senses were not there. This was just a puppet. Naruto's hand slashed out as he grabbed the Path's wrist, snapping it, taking the rod away from him. There is chakra flowing through the rod, said Kurama. Yes, I can feel it too, said Naruto. As the Path threw a fist as Naruto ducked underneath it, it seems like he was too exhausted to use his techniques. As Naruto jumped over him and grabbed him by the neck, before bringing him down and snap! He broke his neck in one swift go. So these are puppets, said Naruto. Well then. As Naruto pulled his hand back before stabbing the rod in his palm. After doing so, he felt the chakra, as his eyes searched around. Meanwhile, run away, Konan. He is coming for me, said Nagato. No way am I running away. I will fight if I must, she said. He is too strong to handle, Konan. He will surely kill me. But I do not want you to become a casualty as well. Before they could argue, the paper tree was obliterated. As Naruto stood there, as he looked over the man. A bit too crippled for a god, aren't you, he said. So let me guess, you have come for revenge, haven't you? Just like every other man. Were you expecting me not to have revenge in my mind when I come for you, Naruto asks. That is why you're a human and I am a god. You will never know the meaning of letting go unless someone forces it upon you. Is that so? Are you above feelings? Hatred, anger, said Naruto. I am. In a split second, Konan was wrapped up in chains, restricting her chakra as one of them were at her throat, ready to stab right through it. Will you not seek revenge if I kill her now, said Naruto, as it poked her, drawing some blood. Leave her out of this, Nagato shouted. Hypocritical, said Naruto. You want me to leave her out of this, but you also want to kill the Jinchurikis for their bijus. All I do is for peace. Someone like you who's obsessed with revenge would never understand the sacrifice it needs to take for the betterment of this world. As Naruto closed his eyes, I suppose I am selfish, he said. As Nagato launched a rod straight towards Naruto, making sure not to hit Konan but Naruto's eyes. They were incredibly fast, seeing everything. Naruto pulled Konan in the way, as the rod pierced right through her chest. Before Nagato could fester about her life being lost, Naruto changed shot forward and ripped through his heart. Being as exhausted as he was, after pushing himself so hard to perform the planetary devastation, Nagato couldn't even muster up an almighty push at the moment. If he could have sent Chakra to Deva Path to fight Naruto, but he was still too weak after pushing himself so hard. After all, when Naruto just got here, he was bleeding from the nose and the mouth. What should I do with his eyes, said Naruto. Use it to summon the Gedo statue. Once you extract the chakra of the other tail beasts, destroy the eyes, said Kurama. Should I not keep them for myself, said Naruto. No, those eyes are not meant to be in this plane of existence. The world is better off without them. Well, whatever you say, said Naruto. As the golden chakra started to fade, his hands started to glow green. Time skip. Obito. He destroyed the Rinnegan. What? Did Pain actually lose? Obito said, sound in shock. Yes, and now the Rinnegan is gone. Everything we ever done is gone. Thanks to a brat. Said Zetsu, calm down a bit. Time skip. What happened back then? Snarled the question. Nothing, said Naruto as he caressed the bird on his shoulder. Lies. She could feel the heaviness in his chakra. What was that golden form, she asked. The Kyuubi had taken over. She knew he was lying, he was in control. You look different, she said. I don't know what you're talking about. Snarled knew that he was lying. His purple eyeshadows were missing, and they were there since his birth. Are you fine? She asked once more. Yes, said Naruto. She noticed that something was off. The heaviness in his eyes, the tiredness. As the group was heading back to Konoha after the Kage summit fiasco, there was no conclusion of the summit, but Konoha both gained and lost something from it. Killing off the leader of the Akatsuki was surely a gain, but losing the treaty with Kumo after the death of their fourth Raikage was a loss. But all in all, Konoha was in a better position than before. Naruto wanted to tell Tsunade about what the golden cloak was, and what he had done with those eyes. How he had absorbed the power that would destabilize the hierarchy of the elemental nation. She was one of the very few that he even liked, or maybe loved. But she was a Hokage. Before he would have straight up left Konoha, but with Shizune and Tsunade, he had found a home in Konoha. He had to sort out his power and emotions before he could spill anything out. He would have to sit and think about this first. Meanwhile, what do we do now, Obito? Zetsu asked. With Itachi and Pain gone, we lack manpower. And with the Rinnegan, we can't revive Madara, Obito said. How about you get Sasuke and his team in the Akatsuki? That will solve our manpower for a while. And if he's anything like Itachi, he will be very strong with the Mangekyou, said Zetsu. Indeed. However, he has not awakened the Mangekyou. Well, how about telling the truth about his brother? That will surely change things. I suppose it will. As Obito sucked himself away in a swirling vortex, time skip, waking up in a dark cave after fighting and defeating Itachi. That was not what Sasuke expected. He tried to find the satisfaction after achieving his lifelong goal, killing his brother. But in actuality, he felt nothing. No happiness, no excitement, no feeling of joy. As he looked around, so, you actually wanted a voice. As he heard footsteps, Sasuke focused on the mats with his blank eyes. You are not interested at all, I see. Is it that you're thinking about your brother? Maybe this will bring you back to your senses. His eyes glow red. Well, the one eye that Sasuke could see. I am also a survivor of the Uchiha clan. Sasuke's eye instantly switched into Itachi's as it released black flames on the man. The masked man howled as he flashed back into the shadows. Sasuke panted as blood leaked from his eye. What was that? The Amaterasu, which Itachi implanted inside of you. As clever as always. What's going on? Said Sasuke. Itachi seemed to temporarily implant his ocular powers inside of you. Why would he do something like that? To protect you, of course. Protect me? Stop spilling bullshit. He wanted to kill me. It seems like you don't know everything about Itachi. And most you know is a lie. What the hell are you talking about? Sasuke said. Well, for one thing, in order to protect his little brother, he put everything on the line. His dignity, his dreams, the future, his hope. Everything. He gave everything. Just to keep his precious brother alive. Let me tell you who your brother truly is. Meanwhile, you look off, said Shizune, as she stood at the door of Naruto's apartment. Like always, the apartment was full of birds flying around. Like always, it was neat. But something was off with Naruto. I have not slept properly yet, said Naruto. Is that so? She questioned. As she looked at his eyes, something was missing. Your eyeshadow, she said. They're gone. Are you going to come in? Or will you just stand here the entire day, said Naruto. Fine. But I want to answer, she said as she entered the house. I am still sorting things out, said Naruto. There are revelations that have yet to be revealed, but I am still trying to figure it out. You look awful, she said. I told you, I haven't gotten much sleep lately. Come then, she said. Let's get you to bed. She knew that he was hiding something, but she trusted him enough to make him tell her on his own time. Time skip. Will you explain everything to me now, said Naruto. What is there to explain? The Rinnegan Wheeler is dead. And now your target is Madara Uchiha, said Kurama. Why is my chakra so heavy, said Naruto. And why are my stage markings gone and I can feel a stronger Senjutsu chakra flowing inside of me? I told you before, collecting the chakra of all the Bijus will ascend you beyond a normal sage. The chakra you feel is a sliver of the Jobi itself. Jobi is an extension of nature, and now you wield the power itself. Yes, but the control that I feel of my chakra is exponentially better. I have never been bad at controlling my chakra, but this feels like I can control every drop of it individually. There is no point of discussing this now. Just get to an isolated area for now, and we will figure out how this new power of yours works, said Kurama. I suppose I will trust you then, said Naruto as he woke up, as Shizune was sleeping next to him. Time skip. As Naruto was making his way to the village when he sensed something peculiar. He was supposed to be going to the Hokage, but catching an intruder was better. As he made his way towards the Uchiha district, ever since Sasuke left the village, there hasn't been any activities in the Uchiha district. True to what he had thought, walking on the shore of Naka River, the red cloak was present. So you came alone, the Akatsuki member said, as it was a half white and half black man, as Naruto looked at him. As Naruto started to charge his fist with pure chakra. Give me one reason I should not kill you right here. I can give you 3. I'm not strong enough to escape from you. You can sense no killing intent from me, and I'm just here to talk. And what is there to talk about, said Naruto? There is a lot, but I don't have much time. I am Zetsu. Well, we are. He's white Zetsu and I'm black Zetsu. Don't play around with me, said Naruto. State what you want, or die. Now, I'm pretty sure that you want to hear what I have to say. Then speak. Do you know of the Sage of Six Paths? I do, said Naruto. What do you know of him? More than I should, said Naruto. Fine, don't tell me. The Sage of Six Paths had 2 sons, the older one Indra, and the younger one Ashura. Due to some disputes, they end up as rivals and ultimately arch enemies. Their disputes were not solved in their lifetimes, so they reincarnated in their different generations. The first Kage and Madara Uchiha were also their reincarnation. You, Uzumaki, and Sasuke Uchiha are the second ones. If you come with me and combine your chakra with Sasuke's, you will be able to awaken the full power of Sage of Six Paths. So, you came to hire me, said Naruto. In short, yes. And how do you know all of this, said Naruto. I've been around for a long time, said Zetsu. Will you go away if I ask you to, said Naruto? Or do you wish to die early? Are you denying our offer, said Zetsu. I am, said Naruto. Fine then, Uzumaki. One way or another, you will become the sacrifice that you're destined to be. With that, he sunk into the ground. Time skip. Are the white Zetsus ready yet? Asked Obito. Yes, they're underground as of now. But why do we need to go for a war? Said Zetsu. Sasuke or Madara will have to be pushed to death to awaken the Rinnegan. Know that pain eyes are gone. Madara? And how do you plan to revive him? The reanimation jutsu. Try to get your hands on it. That is hard. Naruto can sense my presence now. Work around it. That is the only shot that we have of reviving Madara. I will try to find a loophole. And what of Sasuke? The implants were successful. He will need a few days to get accustomed to his eyes though. I see, Obito said. Where are you off to? I need to see Sasuke prowess firsthand. Back with Naruto. Try and get into sage mode, said Kurama. As this was the most isolated place he could find, after the creature had left, as he was still at the Naka River. Like always, he could feel his chakra getting stronger as he started to tap into sage mode. Like always, his body was reacting well to the new chakra bestowed upon him. But it was so easy to tap into it. It was almost like breathing, and the aura was lighter. I feel much stronger, said Naruto. In fact, I feel stronger than the power that we had while merging our forms together, said Naruto. Indeed, this is the power of the Sage of Six Paths after all. They are divine power of shinobis after all. Can I place your cloak over this form? Asked Naruto. You probably can. But the intensity of that chakra combined would probably turn this place into dust. That is something that you will need to do in proper isolation. That is understandable, I suppose, said Naruto, as he held out his hand and formed a purple ball of chakra. Forming the Rasengan has become easier too. Try adding Shikaku chakra into it, said Kurama. I will try, said Naruto, as he closed his eyes and focused on the One Tail's chakra. The signature blue marks of the One Tail started to spread along the ball. Sage art. Rasengan, said Naruto. As Naruto thrust his hand forward towards a tree, all metals was attracted to the Rasengan. As the Rasengan teared through the tree, the metals also obliterated from Shikaku magnet control. It seems like it immobilized the one who made contact with this and attract metal towards it, said Naruto. I will try another one, said Naruto. But before you could do that, a sage mode started to flicker. You have not yet fully recovered from the damage that you took upon using my chakra in your exhausted form. Take a break for now, we have some time, until you confront Madara. I see. Even that Sasuke guy is with them now. I do not know how strong he has gotten. I don't think he will be a bigger threat than Madara, said Kurama. Time skip. Amaterasu. The black flames consumed the tree in front of Sasuke. You have certainly gotten better at this, Obito said. I still cannot control them as I want to, said Sasuke. Even Itachi could not do that, you know. Perhaps you need some rest to figure out what you're trying to do, Obito said. I do not have time to rest if things continue as they are. There are more people that will suffer like Itachi did. So tell me then, Sasuke, what exactly is your goal? Asked Obito. A revolution. It's high time the great villagers understand they cannot just sacrifice anyone that they want, Sasuke said, as a purple skeleton structure formed around him. Quite a goal you have. I pity it will be overshadowed by the infinite Tsukuyomi. Rest assured, Sasuke. You will still live in the perfect world, Obito thought to himself as he watched Sasuke. Time skip. As Naruto arrived rather late. Naruto, you're 7 hours late. That is breaking Kakashi's record, said Tsunade. As he stood there. Are you just gonna stay quiet? The circumstances were particular, said Naruto. How? She asked. It's a long story. How about you tell me why I was called here first, then I can explain everything to you, said Naruto. Actually, I have a topic of more importance. So you get on with your story first, then I can start mine. Ah, I see, said Naruto. Well then, she said. When I was coming here I sensed a rather unique chakra. So I decided to get to it. After a search, I ended up at the Knocker, River of the Uchiha district. There was a member of the Akatsuki there. Akatsuki? And you are not presenting his body yet, she asked. Actually, he came to hire me for the organization. I refused, of course. And then he ran away, before I could do anything. Why didn't anyone else sense him, she asked. I am an exceptional sensor apparently, he said. Well, anyways, for what I call you here for, as she summoned a scroll, read that. Be prepared for the next great ninja war. Uchiha Madara. They're clearly trying to bait someone out. If he wanted to start a war and get the job on us, he wouldn't have announced it. And it seems he's after me, said Naruto. Yes. This scroll was found right in the middle of my office. And the scroll of steel has been tempered with. Tempered with, said Naruto. It is kept between a seal and array that prevents anyone from touching it. But when we did the general inspection of the scroll today, the array was open. Seal broken. That is surely concerning. If they can infiltrate the village like that, we need to up our game as well, said Naruto. Do you think we should start an alliance with the other nations? I'm sure each nation must have received the same threat, said Tsunade. Well, if you think you're a big threat, then you should. But I doubt any of them would be too much of a challenge. Is that arrogance I hear in your voice, she asked, with a raised eyebrow. Hardly, said Naruto. I just think I'll be more than prepared for what is to come. That is better. Do not let arrogance get in your head. Of course, said Naruto. And I want to train to isolate the air for a while. Can that be arranged? I suppose. How does the force of death sound? I don't mind the place, my concern is isolation and freedom from the responsibility of damages due to my training. Well, no one goes to that place that much, and the terrain is a forest, so there shouldn't be any problem. Very well. May I have my leave, he asked. Sure, she said. I will let you know of the decision that is made through a messenger bird. As Naruto nodded. Time skip. You actually managed to get it, Zetsu questioned. Yes, they had no counters against my jutsu, and I was only there for a split second. This is great, Zetsu said. It is not, said Obito. This reanimation jutsu is the one the second Hokage created. It's not very effective. We will need to revive Orochimaru from some curse mark to use a better version of it. If you want, I can get some of his experiments here, Zetsu said. Please do. That's the only option that we have now. How is Sasuke's progress coming along? Asked Zetsu. He is doing fine, but he's still not strong enough. He is no match for people like Naruto or Madara. That Ninetales has been a big thorn in our side, said Zetsu. He will be taken care of soon. You just wait and see, Obito said. Everything should be concluded eventually. Meanwhile, Force of Death. As Naruto's eyes snapped open, lava release. Magma ball, he said. A bullet of magma was released from his mouth and burned several trees in front of him, as that was Son Goku's chakra. This is good. This will be used to surprise your opponents because no one knows of your newly bloodline gains. Indeed, but I don't have enough time to get used to all of them. I'm just gonna improve what I already know. And what do you mean by that, said Kurama. This, said Naruto. A chain made of lava erupted from his back. I am more used to using my chains. It will be beneficial for me to integrate new techniques with my already mastered techniques. That is uncharacteristically smart of you, said Kurama. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want to see next parts, and do like, subscribe, comment down below. Turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share with all your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, stay tuned for the shorties coming your way over and making 3 and over anime king. And yeah guys, I hope you enjoy each and every episode. But for now, I'm out here. See you guys soon. Peace.